Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing my 4-week update on the MURAD INVISISCAR resurfacing treatment. This video is a part 2 to my first impressions video. I don't know if you guys have watched it yet, but oh my god, that has definitely been one of my fastest growing, most engaged, furthest reached video that I've filmed. And even though it might not be a lot compared to other YouTubers, it means so much to me that like 400 people have watched it, 15 people have liked it, people are continuing to watch it. It literally, it blows my mind, and I'm just like, I'm a celebrity now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I've gone viral, mom. I mean, obviously it's not like a viral video because there are only like 400 views on it, but to me I feel like that is viral. So hashtag viral queen. That's me, that's me, that's me. I have been taking notes throughout the 4 weeks. I don't want to forget anything. I've got my notes. I've got all of my notes here. Also, before we jump into the video, I think it's very important that I say that at the end of week 4 my InvisiScar treatment finished, which I think when you watch till the end of the video you will see that that played a massive part of my journey. So make sure you watch until the very end. I feel like I needed to say that first before I got into the video. But yeah, I feel like without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Hi gang, hello. So today is week 1. It has officially been 1 full week since I started using the InvisiScar treatment. As promised, I'm going to be doing weekly vlogs so you can see the week by week progress of my skin, and just so I can kind of check in. So first off, in terms of my first impressions of this, it's stayed consistent. My skin has felt so smooth, so velvety smooth. It's literally insane. It's like, it's so smooth. I don't know what is in here but I guess I know what's in here. This has been really great, just really smoothing out my skin, and I think that's like the instant thing that I have noticed from this. The second I put this on my face, it's very smooth. It kind of feels, like I said in my previous video, it feels very powdery. Like it makes my face feel so powdery, almost like I've got like talcum powder on my hand. It feels powdery and fine. It is not actually powdery and fine, that's just how it feels. The smell is really nice. It's kind of got a citrusy lemon smell to it, which I personally like. I don't know if you guys like that, but if you do, then you'll like this. If you don't, then that's something to consider for this. I keep thinking that it's gonna finish so soon. I'm trying not to use so much of it. I think in my very first video I put on quite a lot. These days I'm not putting on as much as what I put on in my very first video. I'm using this twice a day as directed, in the morning and in the evening. In terms of my skincare routine, it has kind of changed a little bit. In my first impressions video I was still doing my full morning skincare routine, toner, 2 serums, this, sunscreen, all the other stuff. Right now I use my toner first, then I use my Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Serum. I no longer use the Vitamin Nectar Glow Juice Antioxidant Face Serum because whenever I use that with this, my face tingles, which I'm not sure if it really should be tingling like that, so I've just stopped using it. And then I will put on the MURAD INVISISCAR. I tend to leave this for like 2 to 3 minutes before I then put on my LMS Dynamic Resurfacing Day Cream that has SPF 30 in it, and then I put on my sunscreen, my Nivea Face Anti-Age and Anti-Pigment Sunscreen. Sunscreen is incredibly important because this has quite a few active ingredients, so it is important that you always follow up with sunscreen. And then that is me done for the day. My evening skincare routine is so pared back and so simple in comparison to the morning. So I will spray my Fresh Rose Floral Toner, then I will put this on once my face is dry, and then I will lather on my Fresh Lotus Youth Preserve Night Recovery Cream, and then I just go to bed. So that's like my morning routine, and that's my nighttime routine. I think it's been working quite well. I think from a distance my skin looks good, I guess. It kind of still looks the same. Like from here you probably couldn't tell that I had any me. I mean, I guess from, you can kind of see like back here. Oh no, that's just my jawline. Natural beauty. You can't really see from this distance the dark spots, which I feel like is kind of still normal, but when I look closer up I can still see stuff. So obviously it's only been a week. I wasn't expecting to see great results in a week. Also, I've had these dark spots for decades, I feel like, so I'm not expecting them to just disappear overnight, but we'll see. I'm hoping that around the 4-week mark that they will be a bit less visible. In terms of my skin health overall, my skin health it's a bit tricky because, you know, I'm on my period, so obviously the hormonal spots and whatnot just naturally flare up anyway. So I had an attack on my lip the other day, but literally it vanished in like 36, like around like 30 hours. And I've got some like under the skin, just like cystic spots as usual. I have also been eating lots of junk food. The Wotsits, giant Wotsits, but this flaming hot flavor, oh my god, like they're so good. If you've not tried those Wotsits, you need to try them. Also, the fact that Wotsits now come in those jumbo sizes, like one Wotsit is literally this big, I feel like if you haven't tried that, you need to go on to that. Side note. Now quickly, let's take a look at my dark spots. So like I said, I don't see much of a difference. I feel like the only thing that I am experiencing is that my face feels so smooth. Honestly guys, if you suffer from textured skin and like bumps and stuff, this is really good for like smoothing it all out. But yeah, I feel like this is my skin. We're still looking the same. You know, it's a process. I know my skin is not just gonna be clear overnight. It could be. So yeah, that's all for me for week 1. I will see you in week 2. Okay, so it's been 3 weeks. This is my 3-week, well, tomorrow will be exactly 3 weeks since I've been using the MURAD INVISISCAR, and I feel like, what are we saying? I think my face overall looks brighter, I guess, and I kind of feel like overall, like I'm noticing that my face is less, like these dark spots are a bit less. I don't know. Don't know what we're saying. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this thing is working just very differently to how I thought it would work. If that makes sense, I don't know. I mean, my face overall looks different. I can't tell you what exactly looks different because I've still got like all of this like dark stuff. I think these spots are the main culprit. So I've still got these dark spots and I've still got some of these dark spots and I've still got stuff on my forehead. But definitely from further away, and what I've been noticing while I've been filming during the week is that my face looks a lot brighter. So, I don't know. That said, you know, it's only been just under a month, so next week will be officially like 4 weeks of me using this. So I guess it is kind of a bit too early to tell, but I don't know. In terms of like spots and breakouts and stuff, I feel like I'm not really getting so much. I think I mentioned in a previous video, this is really confusing because everything is being filmed at different times. I think I mentioned in a previous video I had like a weird breakout on my chin when I used the MURAD age correcting, like a rapid age correcting serum thing afterwards. Like my chin just really broke out, but I haven't really been having like many other spots. Actually wait, no, that's a lie. I had a spot, oh there we go, this red guy on my forehead, and then I had this spot. It's hard to see because I'm filming on my phone. I've been having less spots in general, but I think that's probably because I'm not outside and I'm inside. I guess I did get a spot on my lip when it was my period a few weeks ago. But I think overall, like, I'm not really getting that many spots, as many as I used to. I just don't know, like, I just want this stuff to go, and maybe I'm just being too impatient. Maybe it's just meant for if you're light skinned and your dark marks aren't actually like black. I mean, they're not black, they're like a really dark brown, but I don't know. But they're fading a bit. I don't know. I'm very confused, I don't know. But anyway, I guess we will see what the rest of the time has. And I'm going to keep on using this MURAD thing until it finishes, and then when it finishes, depending on what I think of the results, then I'm gonna probably like, I don't know, because I look different. I can see it when I look in the mirror in the mornings. I look very different, but when I'm properly closely inspecting, I feel like it still looks the same-ish. But you know what, Alice, let's relax. It's been 3 weeks, not even 3-4 weeks. Tomorrow will be full 3 weeks, and then we've still got 5 more weeks. Okay, I'm calm. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Like, guys, oh girl, my face looks so good on camera. I'm now on my 4th week, but it's Thursday today, so I think I've got 2 more days until I finished 4 weeks. Like, in natural light, the face looks good, I think. In the mirror I just look not that great, but I definitely feel like it's cleared up a lot on this side, and it's kind of fading on this side a little bit. Can't say. But I've also been using my Dermalogica Biolumin C serum sample that I got, so I think that's also helping. But I don't know if I'm doing too much to my face, but heart. We will see, guys, we will see. Okay, so guys, I kind of feel like after all of that, it was definitely quite an emotional ride. I think especially there was only one review, shout out to Monica Star Muse, that had someone with dark enough skin who looked close enough to me using that product. It was hard going into it and not really knowing exactly what to expect. I think especially having my own standards and my own ideas, I kind of feel like that was definitely played a part in a lot of my, not anxiety, but in a lot of my issues and expectations with the MURAD INVISISCAR. Now, before I go completely off tangent, I've got my notes here on my phone. The first thing about the MURAD INVISISCAR that I wrote down is I absolutely loved the smell. In a lot of the reviews that I was watching, people were complaining about the smell. Not that it smelled bad, but just that they didn't see the reason why MURAD included a fragrance anyway. Personally, I don't really care either way, whether there's a fragrance or not. I know that some people have sensitive skin and that fragrance in products can sometimes cause like flare-ups and inflammation, but I feel like if you don't have sensitive skin and you're not that fussed about fragrance, then this smells really good. It's got a kind of citrusy lemon smell to it. I love that smell so much. The next thing that I have here is that it did apply really well and it didn't pill at all. If you watched my first video, part 1 of this video, then you will see how easily it went on. About week 2.5, I noticed that my face looked so much clearer, so much brighter. I know that Monica Star Muse said this in her video, that her colour came out more, like her undertones, she started seeing them a lot more. I can definitely say I saw the same thing. I already know that I'm very yellow in some lights. I've got like yellowy undertones, but when I was using this, I don't know, I started noticing pink undertones, and yeah, I'm still quite yellow under here, but it just appeared more like vibrant and more clear. It was almost like I had a layer, like a film of like dirt. I don't know how to explain it. You know when there's like you know when there's like condensation on the window and you can't really see through it that clearly, but then once you wipe it you can see through it really clearly? I feel like that is what happened for me. Like my face just had all this condensation on it, but then when I used this, it was like I was cleaning away the condensation so I could see myself more clearly. And I think around week 2, my boyfriend was also noticing on like FaceTime, in pictures, he's really been commenting on how clear and more bright my face looks. He was even asking, oh, like what products are you using? And I told him I've been using this MURAD thing. So listen, if my boyfriend can notice something like this, I kind of feel like that just says so much. There is one small little thing that I really have to add, is about week 3 I really started to mix things up because I was getting quite frustrated. You saw that clip. I was getting quite frustrated with my skin and just how the dark spots weren't fading. One day it would look like they were fading, the next day it looked like they were still there. So I decided to go ahead and start introducing some other products. I know I'm very impatient. So I started using the Dermalogica Biolumin C face serum. Oh my god, guys. I know that this video isn't about that serum. I have that video coming soon, but that serum was honestly such a game changer. I think once I started using that serum with the Invisiscar, I definitely started seeing more drastic, quicker results. It's not like my dark spots were raised above the skin, but they just seem so flat now and so embedded and pressed into my cheek. It feels like they're gonna fade really fast. So I have to give a major shout out to the Dermalogica sample. And as a side note, I also ordered these as well because I just love this serum. I was a bit weary of introducing new products, but I felt like it was week 3 I could start introducing new products, and these two actually worked quite well together for me anyway. I don't know if I was doing too much to my skin, but I was using them both together. Overall, I would recommend this to someone who wants to help remove their dark spots. However, if you're like my skin color, a bit lighter or darker than me, I would not expect this to really get rid of your dark spots that quickly or even that significantly. I don't know, I feel so skeptical sometimes because I think obviously most of these brands, yeah, they make skincare products for everyone, but I just can't help but feel like they're not really making skincare products for everyone. I'm talking from people who are like alabaster through to like midnight mahogany. I just feel like they're not making products for all of us. They're really just making products for alabaster to golden tan. So I do think that if you are my kind of skin color, you will either have to be using this for a lot longer than the recommended 8 weeks, or you'll have to use this alongside another product like the Biolumin C serum. But then again, I only used this for 4 weeks because, as I mentioned, this finished. So maybe if I was using this still for the full 8 weeks, I would have seen a bigger difference. So that's definitely something to consider. And then also my last point would be to make sure you're reading other reviews, watching other videos to make your own informed decision. I know that for me, I tried to watch as many reviews as I could to get a better understanding. It's hard when you look like this and there aren't that many reviews out there on other people with darker skin. It could have been that I just wasn't looking hard enough, but I definitely feel like make sure you try and see what other people are saying about it, because even though it didn't work that great for me, it might work better for you. I actually wish I had read a lot more reviews, because if I had have done, I think that would have informed my purchasing decision. I think I would definitely still have bought this, but I would have bought like 2 of these. In a lot of the reviews that I was reading on the MURAD website, people were saying that this was not big enough to last the whole 8 weeks, so people were buying like 2 or 3 bottles. So if I'd have read those comments, I would have just bought 2 of these instead of just the one. Will I buy it again? Okay, so I think honestly I'm on the fence about rebuying it again. I know that I was doing this 8-week challenge, and so there was a very strong part of me that was like, do you know what, buy it again so you can properly use it for 8 weeks and properly see how it works. But then another part of me was just like, I didn't see the result that I really wanted to see. And yeah, it could have been because I only used it for 4 weeks and I need to give it the full 8-week time, but I just really couldn't see it doing that much for me. Like I said, as soon as I started using the Dermalogica Biolumin C serum, that's when I actually started noticing really big improvements to my actual dark spots. So I just decided that instead of continuing on with the MURAD, I'm gonna just focus solely on the Biolumin C serum because I felt like I was seeing greater results and more improvements with that. It's hard for me to say, like, I did enjoy using it, but I didn't get the results that I really thought I would get. In most of the reviews I was watching, by week 4 for most people their hyperpigmentation had reduced, but now when I look back on it, it was just that all of their redness had gone. And if you can see, like, I don't have red spots. Like, my spots are brown, borderline black. They're really dark spots, and that is why I really feel like this, as great as it is that it wiped the condensation and more of my true undertone came through and my face looked brighter, as much as I love that stuff, that's not the reason why I bought this treatment. I bought this treatment to get rid of my dark spots, and I feel like if it can't do that for me, then I have no business using this, because I'd rather spend my money elsewhere on products that will actually make a difference. And that's why I say that I'm not really sure if products like this, really if any hyperpigmentation dark spot product, is actually properly made for people who have real proper dark spots, because I just feel like from my experience that's just not been the case. But you know, I'm buying more products, so yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope it's been helpful. I think especially if you are dark skinned like myself, so that you can gauge for yourself if this is a product that you want to try, that you want to give it a go. If you have dark spots that are similar to mine, I would buy 2 bottles of this. Bearing in mind, 1 bottle is 15 mils and £35, so 2 bottles of this would set you back £70. Also remember that you need to use this morning and night, so twice a day, which could also be why it runs out a bit quicker. Also, you need to make sure that you use a sunscreen with this. If you have tried this, if you are interested in trying this, let me know below in the comments. I'd be very interested to know like what some of your thoughts are on this. Thank you so much for watching part 1. I'm so shocked that as many people that have watched it and really responded to it and taken to it. That really makes me feel so happy inside. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and in the meantime I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.